Unsyndicated presents Off the Air with Sean Baligian.
Here, my buddy Blake, I gotta give you credit, okay? And I know you're gonna think that I'm being like a sarcastic, swarmy little rat and all that stuff. I'm not. My little booster isn't feeling well tonight. And you know what? He still wanted to talk sports with Poppy.
That's all I ever want to do. What makes me happy. It's what wakes me up in the morning, you know?
What up, Eric? How are you? How you doing, buddy? You all right? What's going on? I know there's a lot of crap going around right now. What variation of the crap do you have going on? Is it the chest? Is it the congestion? What kind of crap do you have?
It's all the congestion. My head feels like a balloon right now.
I'm sorry.
Like legitimately. And I had like the cough and that's gone away, luckily, but now it's just all right here. And I've been taking stuff. Usually like the cough is the aftermath. Like you're hacking up all the stuff that was in you.
I know.
I started with the cough and now I've developed just the congestion. I've been taking Claritin D. That's my go-to. And it's like been helping, and then every time I sneeze, I'm not sure what's coming out of me, but it can't be good.
I'm sorry, buddy.
So it's we're battling through, but it is what it is.
I had the one, when was that? Like mid-July, where there was a 2-day span. Did Tony get you sick? Already, Eric jumping in. Get in there, Eric. I had the one in mid-July. You have no reason to remember this.
I do remember, though, because you're my friend.
Well, Sleep and I aren't very good friends. You and I are good friends, but Sleep and I, we've had a very tumultuous relationship would be the best way to say it. And I slept like in the span of 2 days. Like there was one day I slept 10 hours and then took like a 2-hour nap. And then the next day I slept 9 hours and took like a 2-hour. Like for me to sleep 23 hours in 2 days is insane. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, honestly, maybe in 4 days I get 23 hours sleep. Maybe. Sleep and I just aren't really good friends. Hello, Alan.
I legitimately, so after what day did we do a show last? What's today? Wednesday? We did a show Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the show Monday, I was in bed. I think we wrapped at like 10. I was in bed by 10:30. I slept until 10:30 the next morning.
Dude.
Just didn't, and I was out. And then last night, I slept like shit. I couldn't sleep at all. I also started.
What did you say? What did you slept like what?
Like shit. I'm allowed to swear. I don't have a jar. I don't have a jar. Why are you getting all excited?
I guess that's a good point.
That's your bit. That's not me bit.
I guess that's a good point.
I could say whatever I want. Fuck, shit, damn, piss, all of it.
Joe, sleep is overrated. Incredibly overrated. Incredibly overrated.
I also made a mistake last night. I fired.
What was your mistake, buddy?
I fired up NCAA and I started a new dynasty. Eddie Cuck II is the head coach of the Central Michigan Chippewas, and he's going on a tear right now.
Of course he's with CMU. Of course he's with CMU.
I didn't even put that together.
Oh, I did. I did right away, mister.
I just wanted a 1-star program with good running backs, and I got it.
Okay. Can I say something? And I know that people are going to think that I'm being a weasel when I say this. You'll know when I'm being a weasel and when I'm not being a weasel. Okay? I think I make it abundantly clear. I could be wrong. But I need to share this right now. And I'm going to go out on a limb. I think that you Blake going Carlin. I think you know this. I think you know this. So we were talking about the Connor Stallion stuff the other day because it basically just came out the day before. And I'm going to say it again. I'll watch the Netflix thing. I expect absolutely nothing to come out of that. The only thing I'm kind of hoping for is I want them to say, is that you on the sidelines at Central? That's the only thing. There's no way that guy's going to throw anybody under the bus. We all know that, okay? But it was funny because, Blake, a lot of people that I've known for a long time, Michigan fans, et cetera, basically said, okay, when is this going to stop? Well, again, today, the news came out about Jim Harbaugh. We know that, all right? So here's the answer. Do you know when this is going to stop? Not for a long time. And I'm not being smart, wiseacre when I say that. And the reason I say that is because the NCAA moves like a glacier. And they aren't going to do anything, just like the punishment to Jim Harbaugh today.
Like, everyone was acting like that was news. That wasn't news, right?
It's not. You have to, like, Blake, but you have to say it.
Yes.
You have to say it. You have to say, this is what happened to Jim Harbaugh. Here's Jim Harbaugh's comments, all that stuff, okay? But is it news? No. I don't know if you've listened to an idiot like me. I told you a year ago, nothing's going to happen.
But
there's no smoking gun. There's nothing like that. Nothing's going to happen.
But I don't even understand why they have to do this whole dog and pony show of like, oh, it's a 4-year show cause and a 1-year suspension, blah, blah. Like, he's not even working in the NCAA. Like, why? Like, I understand they have to do something just to say they did something, but it's like, he's not even under your jurisdiction. I don't get it.
And he's never coming back to college football.
No, and if he does, it'll be after 4 years. So it really won't matter.
I feel your pain, and I get it for the people out there. I don't even want to watch the news. I don't even want to listen to it. No offense to you. I don't want. You know what? Honestly, I'm not even trying to be a smartass right now. I hope that you look at me. Look at me. You know when I'm being a smartass, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm not being a smartass right now. I am telling you the 100% truth. You guys, this isn't going to go away. It'll quiet down. You're going to hear the cat calls from other people, okay? You are. Much like I think a lot of your fan base has made cat calls at other people. And then guess what? We're going to have another round of this in 2025. Because you're out of your mind if you think the NCAA is going to make a decision about things that happened last year, this year.
Yeah.
It'll be next year. And we'll have to go through it again. And we'll have the exact same kind of things thrown out next year that they are right now.
It's perfect off-season fodder. It's perfect for off-season. That's when they want it. They don't want it taking away from the games.
Yep.
So why would they move quickly?
I love Joe, a virtual slap on the virtual wrist. Absolutely. And I'm going to say it again. You guys, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm not being a wiseacre. I said it then. I'll say it now. I knew then what happened. Most of you did too. If you're somebody that doesn't know what happened, now you're lying to everybody, most importantly yourself, and that's okay. But I feel sorry for you in that regard. Those of you that, quote unquote, own it, I feel sorry for you because we're going to have to go through this again. And then again. The cat calls are going to be there. I'll say it again. If it was my school, make it dog, cat, rooster, bison calls. I don't care. Make sure when you're throwing all those calls at me, you include the words national champion. I couldn't give two poops what anybody said, nor should you.
No.
But honestly, I'm telling you guys right now, if you haven't accepted this yet, accept it now. Because my buddy Blake knows this. My buddy Blake knows this as a Michigan fan and as a quote-unquote member of the media who works at 760 WJR, Mitch Album Show, and Sports Rap. This isn't going anywhere.
Nope.
And it'll start next year.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. People keep calling Michigan the Astros. That means we are getting another one soon. Andrew, seriously, I wouldn't care. I'm telling you right now, as a Michigan State fan, I'd go like this to all of you. I would.
Does that count as a jar?
Hey, woo! I wouldn't care.
Does that count as a jar?
No, Todd, that's not a jar. Be the official judge, Todd. Yes. Caesar gave the thumbs down. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Joaquin Phoenix. Thank you. I wouldn't care. You shouldn't care. I'd have fun with it. Yep. Cool.
Well, this one especially is a
anymore.
dog and pony show.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is. It's just the NCAA's butthurt because Harbaugh didn't play ball.
No question.
He didn't participate in their investigation.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
And now he's gone. So they have to try and do something.
I'm going to be intrigued because the NC2A is so butthurt, and because the NC2A is really going to want to show everybody how big and bad they are. I'm going to be really intrigued to see what happens with the investigation that concludes next year.
Yeah.
I am. Because I think they might get really serious and say you don't get snack boxes after games.
Yeah.
And then the proverbial poop has hit the fan when they go that route. Michigan, you are banned from snack boxes for 5 games this year. Oh, no, NC2A. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Even the fine.
I'll move on.
Even the fine, it's like with the new Big Ten money, it's like a drop in the bucket. It's nothing.
Yeah. Ray said the NCAA penalties are a joke. You think Harbaugh's going to carry in the NFL now? I don't think Michigan should care. I don't think any of you fans should care. At least I'm consistent with it. Seriously, you guys, congratulations. As Feinbaum said, you got away with it. Like, sir, you got away with it. Good for you. No orange slices. That's just cruel. You can't do that. Now the NC2A would really, really be going at you hard. But so honestly, you guys, I'm sorry. And it'll probably come up on this show. And you'll probably hear people say it. And I told you before whether you want to believe it or not. And you should be cool with it, by the way. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to hear the cat calls all year.
That's fine.
All year long, you're going to hear it. God forbid, you actually take a step back and go 9-3 or 8-4. What do you think people are going to say?
It's just going to be.
Then
it's going to be insufferable.
Come on. You know it. I know it. It just so. I tried to tell you.
I just can't wait until they beat Ohio State again, and then what's their excuse going to be?
I don't mean malice when I say this. The honest, and again, this isn't to all of you guys, but the moral high ground that many Michigan fans have taken is gone. And I would pay that price to say national champion. I really would. I would pay that price.
Play the
to say
game.
national champion. Yep.
Play the SEC game. I'm cool.
Yep. Ray said, if anyone thinks Michigan is the only one who did this, maybe not on the sidelines, but they've all done it in some way, shape, or form. I'm sorry. I've been killed for this my entire career. Like literally, I remember being on the air in Toledo, and I did a show. This is probably 1997. And I did a show, and the other sports station across town, ripped the sin out of me for it. And I said, if you ain't cheating, you aren't trying. Everybody does it. Stop it. I'm not saying it's right, but everybody does it. And as Joe said, they got caught. They didn't do it as well as everyone else because they had a maniac doing it.
Yeah, he used his own name. There's a start.
Hi, yes, I'd like to order 2 tickets at the 50-yard line on the home sideline, please.
Connor.Stallions at umich.edu.
Exactly. What the heck? Yeah. So
What an idiot.
we're going to move on now.
He's
But
an American hero, though. Don't forget it.
That's a public service announcement to you guys that say you're sick and tired of hearing about this. It isn't going anywhere.
Nope.
Sorry.
And as I said on last show, you only have two people to blame. Ryan Day's brother and Michigan State security staff. That's it.
I think
Those are
that's
the two
fair.
people.
I think that's fair. I think that's very accountable. And I think that's very, very fair.
Yeah, thank you.
As always, Blake, what happens tomorrow night is kind of a love-hate thing with me. I'm very, very, very happy to see the Lions back. I love having the Lions back.
Oh, and don't forget, Sean, new uniforms.
So I love having. I'm going to say it again. You could have Connor Stallion's face on a Lions uniform with shit stains all over it, like with poop stains all over it, and everybody and their brother would drop their pants around their ankles. Dope. That's lit. What are some of the other words for cool now? Look at Todd going nuts in those Smurf things.
Sick.
Off the hook chains or whatever the hell it is.
No one says that. No one says that.
What is off the hook? Off the chain?
That.
No one says that?
No.
Todd's giving me the thumbs up. If I get the thumbs up from Caesar, I'm sorry. Dope. Yo.
Yeah.
That's what people would say. I think those uniforms are awful. I'm sorry. I said it then. I say it now. I'm not taking it back. Whatever. But here's the love-hate. Like, I'm not joking. I love having the Lions back. Even if it's fake football. I love it. It's going to be fun to see them. I don't know how much we're going to see the starters. I don't care. It's going to be fun. Okay? Period. The flip side to that, what isn't fun, is I'm going to have to endure a night of doing everything I can to stay away from social media. Yeah. And it'll probably last well into Friday. I'm just going to do everything I can to stay away from it, because these maniacs out there that try to take a mountain out of a molehill with these games, it will never cease to amaze me. So remember I said this, mark my words. There maybe not as much as in the past, because people are just waiting to drop those 3 dreaded letters, okay? But there will be people out there that do that. And it's like, honest to goodness, are you new to this? Are you new to this?
Also, though, Sean, just to fill you in, since they're playing on Thursday, and as we've talked about, the hype train it's at mass effect.
Right.
Like that thing is moving. Yeah. This might last through the weekend.
Yep. Oh, easy.
Like, social media is going to be a cesspool of Lions.
A couple people
Sunday.
Look at this. I'm putting off the game on NCAA till my assistant coach Tanner Mustangs comes back from hiatus. Eric said I got the new blue home Aiden jersey. Good. If you like it, you like it. Great. I'm sorry. I think the new jerseys are awful. Especially the black. Sorry.
The black ones are so bad.
Just trash. Straight trash. Ray and Joe both said the same thing. Are you waiting for Hendon Hooker love after he lights up the 3rd and 4th string Giants? Our buddy Joe said, ready for a quarterback controversy when Hooker throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Maybe it's time. Jared Goff served his purpose. Let's give him credit. I was one of those guys that thought his career was done. But, man, you can't deny what Hendon Hooker did. And please, you guys, please, at least I'm consistent. I say it if you make a mountain out of a molehill when they're good, and I say it if you make a mountain out of a molehill when they're bad. It's fake football. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. But it's like that smell. Blake, it's that smell. It's haunting. It hypnotizes you. Must go to the oven, and you reach in and you're like, oh, sweet buttery goodness, and then you're like, more, there it is. and you go all homer on everybody.
Don't
Tell me
make
I'm wrong.
Don't make me laugh.
I don't want to do it. It just tastes so good. But that's okay.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
Yeah.
the way preseason goes now, Hendon Hooker might play like 2 drives.
Yeah.
We're going to
That's true.
see who's the third string. I don't even know.
What, Nate Sudfeld. Baligian, what do you
Yeah.
got left in the old arm? Come on, get out here.
Yeah.
I could take a couple reps. Justin said, ever since Hard Knocks, I always looked at preseason as more of player evaluation more than did the Lions win. 100%. No doubt.
That's almost too logical for fandom.
Well, listen, I'm going to say it again after having been to far too many training camps in the past. What training camp is and what they turn it on to be when Hard Knocks are there is 2 different things. Just is. Those guys know the camera's on. They're going to put on a show, all that stuff. But Justin, I agree with you. And here's the bitter reality of it. They know an overwhelming majority of what jobs are going to be what jobs. I'm not saying that there still isn't a job or 2 available. In all likelihood, not a starting job. But depth chart stuff, yeah, I think some of that could still change. These guys, come on, they've known for a while what this roster is going to look like. They really have. So when I hear people do the obligatory, put it on tape, let's see what he did against the Giants.
Are the Giants playing any starters? Do you know?
I don't. I can't say that it's never going to happen because I'm sure there have been rare examples, but more often than not, they know what this roster is going to look like. They know what the depth chart is. Come on now.
It's like 4 to 6 guys that are like jockeying for positions.
Right. Yep.
Like
400 yards on 2 drives would be impressive. Jason, then you wash it down with a nice tall glass of Honolulu blue Kool-Aid. Yeah. Sean, does she have the cornbread in the oven as we speak? Didn't we have that at my house last year, Blake? Am I wrong? Did we have that when you came over for opening night? I think we had a big plate of cornbread with all that meat.
Mac and cheese, I know for sure.
Yeah, you people and your sides. I want nothing to do with those sides. Nothing. I want meat.
I don't think a you people was necessary.
I want meat, and then I want another plate of meat, and then I want meat. Austin said I haven't watched the preseason on purpose in years. Austin, I respect you. I don't blame you for that. For me, I just miss it so dearly. I watch it. I just put it in its proper context. So it's almost like you and I are brothers, but from another mother. Like while you don't watch it, I don't put anything into it. Nothing. I put nothing into it.
There's so many funny things I could say right now, but I'm not.
No, go ahead.
Eskimo Brothers. And then you were going on about putting things into something. Todd's face.
I do.
You said go ahead. So I went.
Listen, you want me to say it again? You guys can all laugh, okay? You little immature fools. Who talks like that anyway? Yeah. I love putting as much meat as humanly possible in my mouth. Yes, you can come over and eat my meat. What week does Blake give in and embrace Shauner's bosom? Oh, he already lost that bet. Like Jason, I can't stress that enough. He lost that bet when the Lions beat the Rams. It was over. And then for good measure, they turned around and beat the Bucks. He's in.
I don't have a choice.
He is in.
I did say, though, that they're going to lose week 1. So, and I can't wait for everyone to lose their minds.
Sound like a Lion fan to me. That doesn't.
I never said fan. I'm in the limo. There's a difference.
You are in the limo.
Those are 2 different things.
Ray said, what opening starting spot are you looking forward to the most in the preseason? Who's the number 2 corner or who's on the opposite side of Aiden? Those are 2 really good questions. And let me tell you why, because they're different concerns to me. You and I have talked about it a lot. Like, I trust Brad Holmes. I want to make that abundantly clear. And I think you're a moron if you don't trust Brad Holmes. But we know what we have in the defensive backfield. I have to see it. And if you want to go all biblical on me and call me Doubting Thomas, go right ahead. I need to see it. Like, Brad, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
No, you guys are bros.
You
Bros.
understood that there was an issue. You went about fixing it. But I need to see it first. Blake, I think I've been pretty consistent since really last season. And now, especially since Kaminsky went out, I'm terrified of the edges on this team. I am. I like McNeil in the middle. Obviously, I like Hutch. Are you going to get enough on the outsides? That's what I'm terrified of, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've agreed with that since last year. I wanted them to do something about it in the offseason.
Austin said, I didn't say I don't watch, just not on purpose. I'll be watching Everybody Loves Raymond and be like, oh, wow, the Lions are on. Shauner has been known to double fist meat into his mouth. It's true, especially when Doug Fister was there. Remember Doug Fister? I'd fist a lot of meat back then. Let's talk about our friends from the Wealth Advantage Group, the Handsome Brothers. They are located in historic downtown Northville. And if you're ready to take charge of your financial future, give my boys a call. Located in historic downtown Northville, owned by those two guys right there, the Handsome Brothers, with over 20 years of industry experience. They understand that your financial goals are as unique as you are, and that's why they offer personalized expert guidance to help you navigate the complexities of financial planning. Whether you're saving for retirement, getting ready to sell your company, already in retirement, they can help guide you through every step of your financial journey. They work with clients throughout all stages of life and have clients in over 20 different states. The investment world, it is a complex one. And if you're ready to start taking your finances more seriously, it's time to work with a couple of experts. Reach out to the Wealth Advantage Group at 248-773-8574 or check out their website at www.thewealthadv.com. Blake, along the lines of what has been the theme of the show,
which has been very inappropriate. Is that part of the theme of the show?
Meat in my mouth? No, that's never.
No, I was saying me. I went a swearing rant. And I talked about Eskimo brothers.
You kind of did.
So it's me. I'm not blaming you. It's me.
Yeah, you kind of did.
I just wanted to be clear. That's part of the theme today.
I know you and I don't want to say we disagree on Jamo. I understand Jamo's role in the offense, and I think that he's going to provide it. The people that think that Jamo is going to be 80 reception, 1,500 yard, 12 touchdown guy, you're out your mind. They don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I liken it to? I was actually talking to our mutual friend Darren McCarty the other day on Woodward Sports, and I liken it to when the Red Wings in 2001 and 2002, one of the best teams ever. I mean, really, when you look at that roster, you go out, you get Dominic Hasek, you get Steve Duchesne, you get Brett Hull. You know, you go and get these guys, studs, right? Absolute studs. And Luc Robitaille. And it's almost like somebody saying at the end of that year, man, what a waste to sign Brett Hull. What the hell are you talking about? Well, here's a guy that is known for his goal-scoring prowess, and he scored 86 goals once. He didn't do dick for us. Oh, that's a swear jar. Or Luc Robitaille. Oh, here's a guy that had 100-point seasons left and right, and he didn't do anything for us. Because he didn't have to. And I think the people out there that are writing all these checks for Jamo are kind of doing the same thing. Like, Blake, he doesn't have to be that guy. Thank the good Lord he doesn't have to be that guy. Now, if you want to be he's never going to live up to his draft position guy, you might have that argument, okay? To me, if he makes this offense more explosive just by his mere presence on the field, just by the mere fact that guys might have to back up a little bit to respect his speed, thus opening up the middle of the field or opening up there, or just his playmaking ability when he has a ball. What do I care? Like, I couldn't. Does that make sense, Blake? Am I making sense there?
It 100% makes sense.
And I think people like you, who, whether we want to admit it or not, I think there are a lot more people like Blake out there that are going, okay, bring it down a notch. Everybody and their brother knows this is a pretty good team. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Blake.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're right.
But it's almost like we've gone from 0 to 100 with a lot of the fan base. Oh, I think Jared Goff's the best quarterback in the NFC. No, he's not. And that's no disrespect. That's awesome. Idly ho. It almost looks like Mr. Hanky, doesn't it? You wouldn't know what Mr. Hanky is, do you? Okay, good.
Moving on.
Todd, can you show Mr. Hanky? Can you find a picture of Mr. Hanky?
He's on it.
All right. No, and that's okay. That's all right. He's fine for this team. You know what I mean? It's like disrespect. What do I care? Go win the NFC, man. Take that next step. Go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Make my wildest dream come true. I have joked about this for years. Every 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, I always fantasize. Boy, that sounds perverted. But I always fantasize about hearing people talk about the Lions for 2 weeks, especially that last week before the Super Bowl. Or sitting there after I get done watching the Habs on Super Bowl Sunday, I might add. That's the Baligian home tradition. And then turning on one of the pregame shows after the game and hearing nothing but Lion talk leading up to the kickoff. Hello.
A nice expose.
Yes. Austin said everyone talking about Jamo, but I feel like Gibbs was overshadowed by Laporta, Jamo. But, man, this can line up in the slot as well as run the ball. I think he's going to absolutely explode this year. So do I. Don't get me wrong. I think Jamo is going to be electric. I just don't think there's enough balls to go around for, all the lofty prognostications out there. Oh, Laporta's going to go for 100 receptions and 1,400 yards. Oh, Jamo's going for 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns. Okay, what about Amon-Ra? What about Gibbs? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's.
I think Gibbs is the guy that is actually forgotten about, which is crazy for how good he was last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people should be way more excited about Gibbs and his ceiling than anything else.
Yep.
That dude is incredible when he has the ball in his hands. And he could be just as good of a slot receiver as Jamo if he wanted to. If he was just a slot receiver, he's that talented.
So, but you understand what I'm saying? It's almost like that wings analogy. You have Sergey, you have Hank, you have Iserman,
you have
Datsuk, you have Robitaille, you have Hall. Not all those guys are going to score 50 goals and 100 points.
But that team had a lot less holes than this one does, even before those signings.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think at the time, they were a little weak on the defensive side, and I think Osgood hadn't had his metamorphosis yet.
Yeah.
Just one man's opinion. What do I know?
Okay. Well, and you know a lot more than I do because I was 9 years old. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying that there is still holes in this team, and a number 2 wide receiver in the NFL is pretty important. So if Jamo's that guy, then great.
Do you know I'm not sure
I would be fine being wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be.
Do you know I'm not sure if he is.
Who is?
Khalif Raymond. I really truly believe that. I like Khalif Raymond a lot. I mean that, and you guys can all laugh at me. I think he's I think he's a really perfect foil for all the other things they have. Everybody knows about Amon-Ra. Everybody knows about Laporta. As Skydog brought up, Montgomery Gibbs. People are going to know about Jamo. I mean, Jamo doing what he did on the biggest stage was huge. Let's give him his flowers. Now the question is, can you continue that? And I think
consistent.
And I think I mean this. I think Khalif Raymond's going to be the guy that nobody thinks about and has a lot of those big receptions because nobody's thinking about him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying bombastic numbers or anything like that, but what he brings to the table fitting in with the rest of the package, I think is going to make me very, very happy. You know?
Yeah. I just would have, and again, we're playing what I would have liked in the offseason game, but I would have liked them to get another receiver besides DPJ and Khalif Raymond. I would have liked to see another guy.
Sure.
And I would have liked to see another edge.
Especially with Kaminsky out. Now again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna heed my own words. Don't forget there are more cuts coming up and things like that. And one man's trash is another man's treasure. I don't think you're gonna get treasure out of any cuts, but I think you can get fits.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, this guy didn't fit there. Well, now he's on the board, and maybe he's sitting to himself going, you know what? I'm going to sit back and pick where I want to go. Ooh, I like what's happening in Detroit. This is a spot where a good team and need meet in the form of me. So I'm going to head to Detroit. So I'm not ruling out something like that. And again, major, don't expect anything major. You know what I mean? But a guy that can fit and take some of that pressure off up the middle. If McNeil is taking the step that everybody's talking about, if Hutch is ready to take another step as well, then let's wait and see.
And I mean, we could see that happen with our own players because of the depth, like at safety or even tight end.
Hold that thought. Let's talk about legacy for a second.
Okay.
Did you know that thousands of Metro Detroiters have already called Legacy Partners to get help with their home and auto insurance? Our friends at Legacy are one of Southeast Michigan's top independent insurance agents. They provide a full-service, one-stop solution for all of your insurance needs, personal, business, large, and small. Legacy has helped our listeners by fixing mistakes other agents have made, asking the right questions to get the right coverage put in place to properly protect you, and most importantly, save you some money. Doesn't everybody want to save some money right about now? Chances are, if you haven't checked your policies like we didn't, you're paying too much and you could be underinsured. Look, Legacy helped us. We save money. You will as well. What are you waiting for? Get your quotes. Give these guys a chance to help with your home, your cars, life insurance, Medicare enrollment, whatever the case may be. Heck, your business insurance needs. Call them today, 586-209-4106, or visit legacypartnersins.com to get started with your new quote. I love to hear what idly ho. Lee said Goff threw 30 touchdowns last year. Laporta and St. Brown had 20 of them, 10 to everybody else. I'd love to see that be dispersed. How about, listen, how about we go 8 there and then 8 there, and maybe we'll go 7 there, and we'll go 5 there, and we'll go 3 there, and we'll go 2 there. I don't know if that equals 30, but I mean, you get my point. And I think that's what they want that offense to be. It's like pick your poison type of thing. For you older guys out there, Blake, you just said something that it still sounds weird hearing it, okay? In my lifetime, especially the last 25 years being in the business that I've been in. Now, gosh, it's going to be 29 years. Can you believe that? In a week.
That is crazy.
Blame Mike Wheeler. But listen, all jokes aside, Blake.
Yes.
You just said something where I hope you even realize I kind of just like stopped, like, whoa. You said the Detroit Lions and depth and answers lying within. Those are words that we're not used to hearing around here. We aren't. How many years have we heard, well, I think this positional group is okay. Well, next year we'll think about our linebackers. Next year we'll think about the DBs. Next year, we got to get ourselves a guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It isn't just the fact that you have very good players in most positional units, right? Can we say that? In most positional units, there are question marks in the defensive backfield. I don't care who you are. You have to say that, with the exception of Branch. I think Branch, in his first year, you have to give him a tip of the cap. Would you agree?
Yeah. No, he was great.
Your linebacker, there are a couple good pieces in there. Up front, obviously, you know what you have there. I wish we had more ends. Arguably the best offensive line in football. I have no problem saying that. We can
Not
make
as
an
deep
argument.
this year as last year.
Yes, but we can say
the starters are the best. Yeah.
I think a good receiver room. Okay? A good receiver room. Maybe you don't. I think a good receiver room. All right? I would say at worst the third tight end in the National Football League. I have no problem saying that right now today. At worst, the third best tight end.
Kelsey, Kittle,
Go on.
Andrews.
I still think I'd take him right now, but that's just me. Okay. Especially Andrews coming off a kind of prolific injury. That's just me.
And then Hawk. I would take Laporta over Hawk.
So would I. And I liked Hawk a lot. I did.
I think Laporta's a better blocker.
So do I.
Yeah.
And then we know what we have in the offensive backfield. We know what Goff is at this point in time, especially when he's protected. And the weapons, a lot of guys have been talking about Montgomery and Gibbs, okay? I'm still at the point. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to hearing some guy who, I'm going to say this again, all jokes about Blake being in the limo aside, Blake isn't a Lions fan. Okay? I'm making him get in the limo. Lomas is making him get in the limo. But hearing a guy, Blake, seriously, who's not a Lions fan say that, you kind of aroused me.
Yeah, the theme of the night. No, I mean, it's just their safety depth is really good. I mean, like, legitimately, like, you can make the argument that Iffy is their fourth safety. He's a damn good player.
I love what Ray said. God bless you, Ray. First time in years the Lions have depth and people are still complaining about who gets the ball. Ask any good team if having depth is a bad thing over who gets the ball. Could not care less.
Hitting on
early
picks usually does that.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't care. It means nothing to me. Because you know as well as I do what's going to happen at the end of the year. When, not if, when Jamo doesn't put up 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns, okay? People are going to go, what now? And I'm going to say, seriously? Honestly? If my man puts up 800 yards and runs in 3 touchdowns and catches 3 touchdowns and just is out on the field being the threat that people have to respect, I'll take that all day. All day. Couldn't care less.
How many games played would be successful for him?
I think he has to go. You have to go. The best ability is what?
Availability.
Uh-huh.
I just think a player like him is going to miss 1 or 2. Like, it's just going to happen.
Yeah. Eric said, what game are you going to go to, Sean? Yanks, Tigers? I don't think I'm going that series. I am going to Milwaukee next week. Did I tell you that, Blake? I haven't seen that new park yet. County Stadium was a dump, but it was a fun dump because those fans, I'm telling you, did I mention this to you, Blake? Go to Madison, go to Milwaukee. They're the nicest, happiest people in the world.
Yeah. I want to go to a game at
happy
Madison,
pills in their brats or something. They're just wonderful, happy people. They are.
Well, I think it's like one of the drunkest counties in the U.S.
All right. I'm just telling you, they're the happiest people I've ever known. They really are. And I thought it was a Milwaukee thing until I went to Madison. They're just happy, nice people.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Madison.
Skydog said 3 for Gibbs, 7 for Laporta, 6 for Jamo, 8 for Brown, 5 for miscellaneous, 29. Wow, that's close to your 30. Yeah,
Look at you.
I don't.
Yeah, you did that right off the dome. Look at
Yeah,
that thing.
but I hope you understand the point that I'm making.
Yes.
That makes you more dangerous, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only getting production out of Laporta and St. Brown this year, especially after last year, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work as well as it did last year. It has to be spread around. You have to create more balance.
No, that's exactly it. I don't know.
Who's going to be the third tight end on the team? That's what we're going to find out.
Isn't that great though? Right? I mean, thank you. I want questions like that. Those are the things I want. I can't.
We're going to find out stuff about this dumb new kickoff and all that fun stuff.
Did you see that though last week? How dumb that looks. Like
it's gonna take so much getting used to, man. It really is. I mean, okay, you're the perfect person to ask this, actually.
All right.
In your lifetime, is this the biggest change to the sport of football that you've seen?
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be. It's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally changing the entire play.
I say this all the time, and I hope that somebody takes me up on this. Blake, you and I haven't done this in a while. I go on YouTube rabbit hole things, where like I'll go on YouTube at 10:30 at night for one reason, and then the next thing I know, it's like 1:30, and I'm watching something completely different than when I started. Okay,
6 points of separation. You don't know how you got there.
I have no idea how they got there. Right?
Yeah.
Ray said, "Would you put Jamo on kickoff returns with the kicking teams not able to move till it's caught and he has space?"
No,
I would.
No, I don't want him to get hurt.
I would on the kickoffs. I would.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want him to get hurt.
Not so much the punts, but the kickoffs. I would. I would. I openly admitted I would. Eric said, "Better pizza, Jets or Green Lantern?" That's a great question. Have you had Green Lantern yet, Blake?
I don't think so. Not in a long time.
It's really good.
I don't have one. I'm sure there is one close to me, but it's not like I have a Jets a half a mile from my house, literally.
Yes, Todd said, "I was there for the intro of the forward pass." Let me tell you something about this slinging Sammy ball, okay? I love, and I know this is heresy to a lot of you. I've said this before, and I know if you haven't heard it yet, you're going to get mad at me. So I'm warning you right now. If you're easily triggered, you're going to get mad at me. I do not like Detroit-style pizza. I don't. Sorry. I don't like it. Like, it isn't like it's okay. I don't like it. Sorry. You can get mad at me.
Todd's laughing for the same reason that I am.
Do you know what? You know what? I love Buddy's Detroit-style thin crust. That's one of my favorite pizzas. The Detroit-style thin crust. But seriously, all that crust, it just sits in my freaking gut and loads me up. So I am a fan of the thinner crust. When you can bring together the world, that crunch of Buddy's, like Buddy's has that crunch, right? Mm-hmm. When you can bring the world of a thin crust and that crunch together with those gosh damn unbelievable pepperonis, those little round bundles of joy, like that's a perfect pizza. Like to me, you got the crunch, the crunch of Buddy's, but it's not that giant crust. It's just going to sit there in the middle of my gosh damn gut. Okay. So to answer Eric's question, if I don't like the square, if I had my druthers, the New York Bold Fold, is that what it's called from Jets? I'll take the New York Bold Fold over Green Lantern. If you're talking just pie versus pie, Green Lantern. But if you're giving me my choice, like whatever that New York, is it Bold Fold with the big pepperonis?
I don't know.
I'll go with that. And anybody that knows me, I'll go with my boy Freddie, the pizza man, his New York style or Primos. Like I'm give me the thinner crust. All day.
I still
And I know
haven't
people
made
get
it to
mad.
Freddy's. I need
just
to badly.
the Detroit pizza is just I God bless you. Good for you. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Chicago style isn't pizza to me. It's like lasagna. I don't get it.
I like it.
What was the name in Chicago? Everybody told us we had to go to this place. Like when my kid was going to DePaul, and I went there and it was just awful. Come on, what's
like
the
one of the main ones? Uno's?
Yeah, Geno's, was it? I don't remember.
Geno's, yeah, Geno's, I think is right.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I don't remember. Somebody in my family's watching. It was like no.
Somebody in my family's watching.
It was a casserole. No. Kirk said Green Lantern or Valentino's. Now, if you're going pie versus pie, right? You're going pie versus pie? Yeah, I'm going to take Green Lantern against most anything. Primo's and Freddy's are the only one that I'll take over that.
How did we get here?
Eric asked the question.
Oh, and you were talking about YouTube rabbit holes. So this
so here's my
perfect.
YouTube rabbit hole because Austin picked up on one of his. He said you used to be able to actually hit the quarterback, but that one has been slow and gradual. This kickoff thing is pretty drastic. Yeah. Austin, to your point, I challenge everybody out there. Go watch tonight. Go watch either part of a game or if they have one of those shorter versions of a game from the early 90s. Like go watch the 1993 NFC Championship between the Niners and the Cowboys. Like one of those classic games, right? Go watch that. It is 100% a different game, okay?
Yeah.
Are you done? Now when you're done watching that, go and watch a game from 10 years earlier. I mean, you may as well be on the Roman Coliseum and Lions coming out and eating people up.
Seriously.
Totally get different game. Like from 82 to 92 to where we are today, different world. And I know a lot of you guys used to listen to the show and people used to get mad at me for saying this. And now nobody argues this anymore. To Austin's point, this is what the National Football League wants.
Yes.
People used to get mad at me all the time because I'd say, stop with the defense wins championship crap, right? This league is punishing defenses now. They're legitimately punishing you, whether it be in the defensive backfield, whether it be to Austin's point of if you breathe too hard on a quarterback, you're going to get the flag. Defenses are being punished now. And I remember, man, I used to use Tony Dungy's quote like 10 years ago. And people would kill me for this, especially when I was doing the Lion shows. I would say, I wish people would listen to Tony Dungy because today's NFL is pretty simple. It is what can our quarterback do to you and how can you pressure their quarterback? That's the NFL today.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Really. Blake, deny that.
No, I agree 100%. I agree. No argument out of me.
Defense. I miss defense.
That's why you enjoyed Michigan football so much last year. That was the return to defense.
Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder Company, Pizza Pot Pie, best in Chi-Town. All right. Ray said, what's your one topping on a pizza you won't eat no matter how hungry you are? Do you have one, Blake? I got one.
Yeah, anchovies.
I love anchovies, dude. I love anchovies. Nope. I do.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You can have
pineapple. It just doesn't belong on a pizza. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I like my meat on my pizza. You know?
Yep. Date Ronnie Lott. Yeah. Lawrence Taylor, Ronnie Lott. They would be broke from fines today. Steve Atwater. Even going back to the late 80s, early 90s. How about Jack Tatum for the old school guys out there? Jack Tatum might be executed. The NFL might call him to the office, and Generalissimo Goodell might bring out the old guillotine and just off with his head.
It's even like in my lifetime I've seen it, though. Do you remember Taylor Mays?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but whenever we talk big hits, the first hit that pops into my mind, do you remember his hit in the Rose Bowl against
Yes.
Penn State
I do.
when he knocked out like 3 dudes.
Yeah.
And he couldn't stay in the league because he could not hit properly.
Kirk, hockey and football are doing the same thing to their games. There's it. Boy, you want a culture shock? Oh my gosh. Hockey?
Yeah, but football people don't complain about it like they do hockey.
Yeah, because I still
people
think
like points.
there's still such an element of ferociousness to hockey, and the drop off in from ferociousness. But by the way, like, can I say this for the right? And I know I've told you this today. I don't mind today's game. I don't. It's exciting to me. Do I miss some of that stuff that Kirk's talking about? Absolutely. But I'm not like the boring old man. I don't like this game. I like it. I like the National Hockey League today. I do. I'm no joke. I like the speed. I like watching guys do things. I do. I miss the old stuff, but I like today's league.
But now with your YouTube wormholes, you can watch all of it.
Yeah. Dick Butkus, Lyle Alzado. Does Tony like meat?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of
Blake likes Tony's meat on his pizza.
Yeah. Just kick me while I'm down, Jason.
I like when you go,
Yeah. Jason, I'm sick. I'm battling through right now, and you're just kicking me while I'm down.
Yeah. Tatum on Sammy White in Super Bowl 11. They kicked their butts, man. 32-14, I think was the score. That was a nasty team. All right. Anything else? Because I got a couple things that I have to do before we get out of here today. First, can I talk about?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Lindsey Broadwell. When it's time to move, whether you're buying, selling, both, you need to contact the right agent. You know who we suggest on this show? That lady right there, Lindsey Broadwell. Your house is probably the biggest investment you'll ever make, and that's why you need a pro. Lindsey grew up on the mean streets of Northville and has expanded her team all over Southeast Michigan. She's an expert in all facets of the business, and when it's time to move, our friend Lindsey and her team will make sure you get the most out of your house and everything goes smoothly when finding your new home. Buyer, seller, even first-time buyers, make sure you contact Lindsey at BroadwellHomes.com. She will help with everything from start to close. Licensed realtor at Real Broker LLC. Start your search today at BroadwellHomes.com. Do you know what
Jason?
I bet Tony has the miracle serum in his meat to cure you, Blake.
Jesus. All right, that doesn't even look like me.
The AI's the best because it's so dumb.
No, but that looks like Tony.
Dave said, who was it that was famous for the ear hole slap that would concuss the old lineman every time? Wasn't that Deacon Jones? They had to take that out of the game.
Sounds right.
Oh, look at Eric. Feel better, Blake. Oh,
well, he also said, yeah, it's because 2 minutes ago he said Cry Me a River, LOL.
See, but Blake really sucks. You're sick. Feel better, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm battling through.
Yeah, Deacon Smith was. Do you know what somebody just sent me? By the way, sent it to my phone. And I'm not trying to bring up a bad memory. Although for you guys, look, you can just sit back and go national champion. Shut up. The Jadeveon Clowney hit.
Oh my God.
My gosh. Yeah. That's the first time I've seen that in probably 10 years.
I see it. I feel like once a month.
My gosh. Violent.
The fact that he's still in the league is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Where's he signed now? Isn't he on like Tennessee? He's been on like 76 different teams.
Who knows? Yeah, Deacon Jones. Yeah. Boy, some of those guys when I was a kid, like even the offensive linemen, like there was a guy, they called him, what was the meanest man in the league? Conrad Dobler. And all these guys on the defense who are known for being murderers would say he's the dirtiest dude out there. He'll bite you. He will reach down your pants and grab unit and just, he was a nasty, nasty man.
Wait, I have a question.
Sure.
The hell's Jadeveon Clowney doing? He signed to the Carolina Panthers.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's what team he's on.
Boy, he's been bouncing around like crazy.
I think he just did that because he knew he would get traded halfway through the season.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Somebody will pick him up. All right.
That's a bit we should do is
this guy still in the league?
No. Like all the new same face, new jersey or whatever.
Oh, if we do that in college, we're dead though. Like,
yeah, I know, but that's what we should. That's where we should do it. We should have Matt. We already talked about this.
Matt is unbelievable. Matt just jumps in. Look what he said.
I know.
You can put that up. Harbaugh lied, cheated, and stole.
No, he didn't. I love you.
Matt, we talked about it at the beginning of the show. For all the people that are tired of hearing about it, the NCAA moves like a glacier. The decision on Stallions won't be till next year. So, sorry, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's going to keep coming out there. Matt said he loves you, Blake. Austin said, I agree with you, Sean. I like today's NFL and NHL, but I find myself wanting a Good Friday massacre and a Sean Taylor Pro Bowl missile every so often. Do you remember that missile in the Pro Bowl?
Yes.
Just blowing up a kicker. All right.
So, hey, this is what we need to do. We each send Todd 10 names.
All right.
And then we quiz each other. Well, we can set this up. And
all right, when are we going again? I think we're not going till Sunday, right? Because Shep and I are going tomorrow morning. Then we have a UP spectacular, if you will, tomorrow night as we talk some Negaunee Miners hockey and the voice of the UP, Jimmy Young. And then, we're Sunday night, did we say, buddy? Pal of mine, friend of mine?
Yeah, I don't know if we locked in Sunday, but I mean, that should work.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
But we should do
one of those weekends. I have a lot going on, so sorry.
We should do 10 names each that were in the portal, and
in college football.
And who can get more right? Like not random names either. They have to be like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
I think that'd be fun.
All right. By the way, All About Catering LLC is a full service caterer, graduations, weddings, bridal showers, corporate events. Anything you need catering for from 25 to 4,000 people, All About Catering will take care of you. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. I'm telling you, Rick and his whole staff will take care of you. They've taken care of my family, did multiple events at my house. They can do it for you as well. So don't sweat your next big event. Just go to allaboutcateringllc.com today to see their menus and all their 5-star reviews. Give them a call, 586-731-1398. That's 586-731-1398 to get your event started. Look at how...
Todd, you're my friend. Like, I speak very highly of you to all the people. And this is the fucking thanks I get.
Matt, you are absolutely... Matt said, good luck finding most of the MSU players who transferred. Most of them are in the group of 5. Do you know how many guys didn't go anywhere? It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. Feel better, though. Seriously, buddy.
We're getting there. Tomorrow's a new day.
Grind through it. Todd, thank you. Thanks to all you guys.
Injured.
Appreciate you as always.
Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the little bell so you'll know when we go live. Do that.
Please.
There's a new thing. Try
That'd
that
be
out.
Nice.
Try that on for size.
Shep and I are going tomorrow morning, 11 a.m.
He'll probably much more appropriate than this show was.
Well, Shep is, I don't know if you knew this, he's called the Lions exhibition games in the past. So it'll be nice to talk to Shep on day one of the Lions fake season. Mm-hmm. And then 8:30 tomorrow night, 8:30. We'll talk to Jimmy Young. 9:00. We'll talk to Negaunee Miners hockey as well. For Blake, thank you, Todd. Thanks to all you guys. See you. God bless you. I'm going to get a dip. Later.
Off the Air with Sean Baligian, featuring Sean Baligian and Blake Majchrzak. Produced by Todd Losey and Blake Majchrzak. Executive produced by Sean Baligian and Todd Losey. Theme song, incidental music, and related sound effects are from Play It Loud by Jam Studio. Engineering, mixing, and graphic design support provided by the unsyndicated podcast team. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Off the Air with Sean Baligian on all your favorite channels. While you're there, be sure to rate and review the podcast. Got something to say to Sean? Call the unsyndicated hotline at 248-237-3257.